Shinidu had always been a patient man, but one evening, the words that came out of Ada's mouth cut deeper than any argument ever had. They were careless, sharp, and completely unnecessary. Words that leave scars long after apologies are offered and forgotten. You see, the words we use, especially with our partners, have immense power. They can build a kingdom or burn it to the ground. Today, we're going to talk about the phrases that can slowly, almost silently, erode the foundation of a marriage. These aren't just mean things to say when you're angry. They're subtle poisons that can dismantle trust, respect, and love. Let us start with one of the most destructive phrases a wife can say to her husband. You'll never amount to anything. This isn't just criticism, it's a verdict. It attacks his core identity, his dreams, and his potential. When Shinidu heard this from Ada, it wasn't just about a single failure or a bad day. It was a judgment on his entire future, a declaration that she had lost all faith in him. For a man, the belief of his partner is like fuel. When that's taken away, it's not just discouraging, it's demotivating on a profound level. He might stop trying, not because he agrees with the statement, but because the one person whose opinion matters most has already counted him out. It creates a self-fulfilling prophecy where he feels defeated before he even begins. Instead of this, think about what's really bothering you. Is it a financial concern? A career choice you're worried about? Address the specific issue with support. Say something like, I believe in you, and I know we can figure this out together. What's our plan? This builds him up, reinforces that you're a team, and tackles the problem without tearing him down. Next up, the comparison trap. Why can't you be more like him? Whether him is a friend, a brother, or even a character on TV, this phrase is a dagger to the heart. Ada would sometimes point out how her friend's husband was so handy around the house, or how another got a big promotion. She thought she was motivating Shinidu, but all he heard was, you're not good enough as you are. Comparison steals joy and breeds resentment. It tells your husband that he is being measured against an external standard and is falling short. Every man wants to be his wife's hero. When you compare him to someone else, you're essentially telling him another man is the hero of your story, and he's just a supporting character. It crushes his spirit and his unique value in your eyes. He didn't marry you to be put in a competition. He married you to be accepted and cherished for who he is. If there's a quality you admire in someone else, find a way to encourage it in your husband positively. Instead of, why can't you be more romantic like Mark? Try, I would love it if we could have a date night soon. It makes me feel so close to you. This focuses on your needs and desires without making him feel inadequate. Then there's the classic, I told you so. These four little words are dripping with smug satisfaction and are incredibly unhelpful. When Shinidu's business idea didn't pan out as planned, Ada's, I told you so, wasn't a moment of wisdom. It was a moment of kicking him when he was already down. When something goes wrong, what your husband needs is a partner, not a critic who is just waiting to be right. He already feels bad about the mistake or the failure. Rubbing it in his face doesn't solve the problem, and it certainly doesn't bring you closer. It creates a dynamic where he'll be afraid to take risks or even share his plans with you in the future for fear of being met with that same condescending phrase. Instead of, I told you so, try empathy. Say, this is tough. I'm sorry it didn't work out. What can we do now? We're in this together. Show him that his failure is your shared challenge, and his pain is your pain. A true partnership means you win together and you lose together without keeping score. Another deeply damaging phrase is, it's all your fault. This is the language of blame, not partnership. When Ada and Shinidu faced financial stress, she'd often say, it's your fault we're in this mess. Blame is a dead end. It shuts down communication and forces the other person into a defensive corner. No one wants to be the sole villain in their own marriage story. Most problems in a relationship are complex and rarely, if ever, 100% one person's fault. Even if he made a significant mistake, framing it as his fault isolates him and creates a divide. Shinidu started to withdraw, feeling like he was carrying the weight of their problems alone. A relationship should be a safe space, not a courtroom where one person is the prosecutor and the other is the defendant. Instead of assigning blame, focus on shared responsibility. Use we language. How did we get here, and how can we fix this together? This approach opens up dialogue, encourages teamwork, and acknowledges that you are a unit facing the world's challenges. not two individuals pointing fingers at each other. These phrases chipped away at the trust and respect that had once formed the foundation of their marriage. Chinedu didn't reply in anger. He grew quiet. A heavy silence filled the spaces where laughter and easy conversation used to live. Ada noticed the distance, but by then, it was too late for a simple apology to fix everything. Hurt lingers much longer than anger, and the sting of disrespect can outlast any argument. The turning point came when Ada had a moment of painful self-awareness. She realized what she was doing. Her criticism was disguised as concern, her sarcasm was disguised as humor, and her constant comparisons were disguised as helpful advice. But in reality, they were all attacks on his dignity. She learned a crucial lesson. A husband's heart often thrives more on respect than on praise, more on patience than on nagging, and more on partnership than on judgment. So, Ada made a conscious choice to change. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight. She started replacing "you never" with "let's try together." She traded comparisons for genuine encouragement. She swapped blame for shared responsibility. Arguments still happened. They're a normal part of any relationship, but the words no longer carried that sharp, cutting edge. They were about the issue, not about attacking each other's character. And Chinedu noticed. The heavy tension in their home began to lift. He started opening up again, their conversations becoming honest and vulnerable instead of guarded and defensive. He didn't need a perfect wife. He just needed a partner who respected him, showed him empathy, and offered a love that lifts him up instead of crushing him down. Marriage can be fragile, not because men are weak, but because our words carry immense power. A wife's words can be the architect of her husband's confidence, building him up brick by brick, or they can be a wrecking ball, quietly tearing him down day by day. Ada learned that sometimes silence is far better than a careless word, and that thoughtful, kind words can heal a marriage in ways that grand gestures never could. Our marriages are worth fighting for, and that fight often begins with the words we choose to speak. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please give this video a like, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and comment below with your own thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on building stronger, healthier relationships.